Okay, so welcome everyone to this marketplace overview. Marketplace is designed to cater for supplier products and also for you to maintain your own products. And I'm going to cover elements of everything. The whole presentation, as an overview, is going to last about 30 minutes. If you do have any questions, please put them in the chat and I will respond to them as much as I can at the end, or later. I'm going to switch my camera for a performance point of view actually, okay? But I'm then going to share my screen, okay? So marketplace, it's everything you'll see today is in the live version of marketplace. You should all have access to marketplace. But what is the purpose of marketplace? Well, our marketplace holds around 11 million products, okay, from all different suppliers to meet your needs. Okay, so from a supplier point of view, so I noticed that ST Tech are on this call, and you can see on here, you log onto marketplace, we actually list catalogs in alphabetical order, unless the catalog has just gone on, in which case it comes to the top for the first 3 months. Okay, so really promote that catalog. So ST Tech was one that came on recently. Okay, it's also designed as an application for you guys to maintain your own products at a dealer level. So not only is it designed for suppliers to log in and maintain their products should they wish to do so, it's designed for you guys to maintain your own products as well. It's also a way of you going on here without logging in to say, well, actually, I need a different product. I want to find a product. Is there a catalog, or I need to request a catalog? The whole application has a search criteria. But if you find there's a catalog not on here, we're more than welcome to entertain that conversation. One second, let me just start my. That's it. But there is also, when we take on a supplier on here for yourselves, we take on the catalog first, but then we start talking to them about electronic trading, because the ideal way is any catalog, any data, any product information you've got. If you're buying products, you're selling products, when you purchase them from the supplier, you really want that to be in an electronic format. Okay. So on here, the whole marketplace says 11 million products. It covers 3 regions. So one region, being yourselves on here, is United Kingdom, but also other people on this call are from Northern Ireland. It's from a Europe point of view, and obviously we have the United States as well. So by default here, I'm on the United Kingdom. I can search catalogs. If I start typing in a name, it will reduce down what I want to search for. So here I put in ACO here, and it'll come down to 1. In fact, if I can spell ACO correctly, of course, it'll come down to 1. So you can search it by group. Okay, so I want to look for inks and toners. I can search it by catalogs that are already fully electronic trading, or ones that are recently updated. But as stated already, the recently updated ones are put to the top anyway. The whole look and feel of this marketplace, we are going to improve and improve the cosmetics on it, getting rid of the white space and making sure there's all fully promotion. Things that, if I look at ACO, for example, on here, the other bits that it would do is I can go into here and it'll give details about ACO. It'll give all their products. Okay, so how many, when I go in, so you can see how prominent is that catalog. So you can see actually the ACO catalog is used by 64 of our dealers. It's got different sets, how many images per product, the main image. So you can see how rich in content those products are. Okay. It has all the contact information as well. And again, This is maintained by the supplier. We are going to change this to be an iframe so it links into their websites, because that's the one that they will maintain. Okay. If you suddenly felt you wanted to request the catalog, well, before I do that, sorry, I'll go to here. So I want to order I want to find who supplies a green folder. Okay, so I can type in here, hit search, and it will return all catalogs, all suppliers that do green folders. Now, those of you know me, I always use red pen normally, but I've changed the green folder for this presentation. But you can actually then see, well, these people, I could go to this supplier and get those products. I can request that catalog. Okay, so then I'd want to go and order the catalog. So Acco Brands, for example, I go to request the catalog. Now this is for information here. When you're in your Prima system, you have your marketplace icon here. You request your catalogs from there. The reason we do that process is because it will then take across your account details. When you request a new catalog, it will go to our what we call our data control system, and put your requests in automatically. So the supplier, the catalog can go to your system, and then update on your system. Now, if you take a supplier such as Findel are regionalized. We have a process in place that when you request a catalog, 99 times out of 100, it will go through automatically, but it might be that supplier wants to talk to you first before they let you have the catalog, or they want you to have a retail account of that description. So we have every option available to get that catalog to you as quickly as possible in the right manner. Okay, so if it's a catalog that they need to talk to you, they will get notification, they'll contact you. If it's a catalog that the supplier freely allows everyone to have, it will come out to you. When it comes out to you, your button here, that it will go yellow, and then you can update your system. Okay, and it updates onto your Prima back office. Okay, once it's updated onto your back office, you can then obviously add it to your web store control company if you want it to appear on your web store, and you can have it set that all products from that catalog appear on your web store, or you can actually select which products appear on the web store. Okay, the main area here that we're going to discuss, I just wanted to give you an overview of how do you get catalogs from a supplier onto your store, but really what the whole presentation is about is how do I maintain products that I've created. So I'm going to log in. Everyone should have a login. If you don't have a login to Marketplace, please may I ask that you request it through Prima Customer Care. Okay, and they'll set your login up for you. So, and when you log in, you'll be taken to your set of data. So at the moment I'm on the supplier information, but it will go to you as a dealer. But if you've then got your own catalogs that you're linked to, you'll be able to see all those as well. Okay. As I say, everyone has access to Marketplace, and you don't just have to have one username per dealership. You can have as many users as you want. Okay. To add a product, your own products to Marketplace, please use the data, the import routines in the back office system to you can either manually create the products in the back office and they'll go across, or you can use the import routine again where they'll go across into your system. Okay. And I say all the connections are via username. Typically for username, we'll use your email address because that's unique to yourself. Okay. So if I now go to the Prima Go database, which is as a dealer, what this is designed to do is to then show me all of the products that I have as a dealer. So you see, you may have up to 50,000 of your own products on here. On my system, I've got 268. It then breaks it down into the different sections. So I've only got file and accessories, computer and laptops and footwear, and then I've got 262 in unassigned. Okay. If I now go back to B Swift, or if I go to the large donut here first, I then go into all my products. And it gives you, so in here, I can actually then break down to see which are fully attributed, which are partially attributed, and which have no attributes at all. And on each page, I can update 500 items at a time. Okay, whereas before, when it was just in the back office, you had to do one product at a time. And you can see down the left-hand side, actually, I have lots of filters. So I can filter this to say, I just want to see products that I have available on the web, okay, on my web store or on my multiple web stores, okay, so I can actually set that there. It also then tells me when did I create the product, so I might want to go just see the products I've just created. So here I've created these 3 products in 2026, or I can just go back to that process, okay. One of the key areas that we have, if I go back to the dashboard very quickly, down the left hand side here, as I say, it tells me exactly how many items I've got, how many are fully attributed, which predominantly you'll have more than that, and how many unattributed. So it gives me an idea of what products I've got to work on and attribute. Now, product that's attributed means, fully attributed means it's got a group, file in accessories, it's got a brand, and it's got a type. Okay, and I'll go through how that you add those two shortly. So if I go to Be Swift as an example, the whole process works in exactly the same way as if you're a dealer or a supplier. So I'm using these as an example to show you an update. So here, PPE gloves, for example, I can go through the application and update visually, or it might be that I want to literally download my PPE gloves because there's 5 that are partially attributed. I can look at the file that's output. If I expand this, and you can see here, I could actually then type in gloves here. As a type, I could save that, go back to my application, and then I can import that back in. And what will happen is the 5 will go from partially to fully attributed. So that's a different way of doing it. So you can actually focus on, if you had here 1,497, you might want to look at it in a spreadsheet and work out what the types are and actually import them back in. But in reality, if I go back to my website or my database, sorry, I'm going to do it from within the application, okay, rather than anything else. So the whole application here is you can select what you want to see, okay. As I said earlier, you can say what was on the web store, or you can view all products. You could filter, so you've got the invoice description, I could filter by it, or you can toggle to the technical description, okay. I could actually put in D-ring here, and all I'm going to then see is my D-ring, anything in the invoice description with D-ring, so I know I'm restricting down the items I'm going to update. I can limit it to what products haven't got an attribute. So here you can see unknown group, it's not been put in a group, it's not got a type, it's not got a filter. Or I can go to partially attributed, so which means you're going to look at all products that have got at least one thing missing. So Here it's the type is missing. I accept that these are unspecified. You probably wouldn't want to have unspecified. I can look at see what's fully attributed, or I can look at view all. Okay. One of the items we've put in here as well is what of my products don't have an image? So I can just go straight to the ones with no image, or I can look at the ones with an image, or I could view all. Okay, so again, what we've put on here is everything is, you have the ability to restrict what you want to see or improve what you want to see at a click of a button. Okay, and you can see every time I change it, it updates automatically. With this being an unknown group, I'd probably want to put this here into a group. Okay, so I can actually start typing, and it might be I want to put it in clothing and fleeces and outerwear. And as soon as I save that, lost my save button at that point, that's automatically updated and puts it in that group. Okay. What you can do is type in, if you type in any product type within the attribute group, it will bring back all the groups that you could actually put those products into, what we recommend. So a pen, obviously furniture sets, furniture accessories, catering supplies, it will bring that back into there. Okay. If I then want to go here, you can see now, because it's, let's take that back to select one. When you can't put it in a group, so if I would go to try and update a product which is an unknown group, when you update products, you have to put them into groups first. Okay, because a type and a brand is linked to the group. So clothing, for example, you wouldn't be putting a type of a pen in, so it's not available. So we always insist that you put everything into your groups first, then you update your types and brands. Okay, so on there you can see I put it into group. I would then move to my clothing group, and then type it said fleece, and you can see it automatically populates up there, and brand here, regatta. And notice I'm doing this one at a time. Click on save, and that's automatically updated. Now, as soon as you update in here, if this product is web enabled on your web store, it will automatically show as web enabled it will automatically show that detail on your web store. So it goes through and updates automatically for you. Okay. I go back to here. I might want to update in bulk. Okay, so if I then type in regatta, my keyboard is working. So all of these products here, I don't want to go through and change them all one by one, but you can see I put these into clothing, fleeces and outerwear. What I can do is select all the products by clicking the left-hand button. I go across my bulk actions. I assign my attribute group. Clothing, fleeces and outerwear. Let's save that, that's automatically saved. And then what I will do is I'll go to that group, okay? And you'll see now that in that group, they're all in here. And I now know these are all fleeces and regatta, so I can actually then go select them all again. I could go through and change them automatically one at a time if I want to, or I can do my bulk actions, change the attributes, select the type, fleece, select the brand, regatta. Update selected. And you can see there it's updating, and automatically that has updated, and that's fully populated those products with the correct group, with the correct type, and with the correct brand. You can also then, if your brand doesn't exist in a drop-down list, you can add it automatically. Okay, it doesn't actually have to be there as a brand. You can add your brand, but obviously be careful when you type the brands in. You just refresh your display. Now, the other thing I can do here as well is actually, well, when I display these products on my website, I want to group them together. I can set on my group styles. Okay, so you see here, I can actually, I'm going to save that as an image at the moment. Choose my file. For the benefit here, I'm going to just call it a fleece, and I'm going to call it SN13. And what you're doing here, you're making this a style code, okay? So what I can then do is add a style to it. So size, for example. So on here, I can then go through and add my sizing. And then on the web store, you can have the same because it'd be different colors. If I just apply that, you can see it's updating here. And then what that means is when you search for these, what you're doing, you're grouping these products. So when you search for the fleece, it'll come up with SN13 as a style code, but behind that will be a drop down for the sizes of that color. When this updates, I can then add maybe see if I go back in here now, you can see I've got my image, my thing, but I could add color, or I could add a custom. So maybe wording, you might want to put fire marshal on or something like that, and you can break it down. And then whatever you've got in here and saved it, when it appears on your store, this product will appear once, but behind it will be however many products you've linked in the different sizes. So this could be about 50, 60 or 1,000 products behind it. So if you go into a clothing store, you know, when you get your t-shirts, you have different sizes, different colors, but you just display one and the user just flicks between all of those products. Okay. Now you might think, well, actually it's quite tedious having to go through one of these at a time. Well, we do have a routine. You can import it, so you can download the template file and you can import the file, so it does it automatically for you. Okay. Against a product. So I've gone into this product individually now. I can see what it looks like on my web. I can see what it looks like in Prima back office. I can see how often this product has changed, so you can see it audits everything you've done on the product. But the most important thing in here is I can upload as many images as I want to. So if I've got multiple images for this product, I can upload the image here. Okay. If I want to put bullet points on the product, as soon as I put the bullet points on, this is visible on the web. So immediately you're improving the content of your product. And if you think, oh, well, actually, I wanted that one to be at the top, I can drag it. Or I can delete it, and it automatically updates for you. Okay. So it means that you can maintain your bullet points. I might want to put some HTML text or some really graphic detail against the product to really enhance that product on the web. So when people are searching for it, they'll find this is. Again, as soon as I save that, that has updated on your web store automatically. Okay. If I go to product details here, green, if you remember the green product process in years gone by, well, that has now broken out into a lot more of different key data. So you can actually select in here, well, actually, is it part of the ISO 14001? Is it a carbon neutral product? Is it Energy Star? I can save as many options here as I want to, and it automatically updates. So you can actually have that as a search filter. It might be you're pushing an FSC accreditation, for example, on your products. You can actually select which ones, and you can add that record to it. Okay. You can add cost sheets, data sheets. So if you've got nutritional products, etc., you're going to have probably data sheets to go with that to enhance that sale. Okay, so you can actually upload a document, and I'll show you in a little while how you do a bulk upload to that. Okay. But the other areas which I'm really keen to show you on is search keywords. So on here, if I go to here, this product here is going to be on your web store as a regatta blaze printable softshell navy. Okay, you could actually put lots of search keyword, web keywords as we call it. Once you've got this product into a group with a brand and type, you can actually then generate additional search words against that product. So you'll see now here, the system has gone through the whole of this product and captured all this key search keywords. So when you're searching for a product, when your users are searching for a product on your web store, it will bring this product up. So imagine if this was a paper product, this would have paper information in here. So if it's copy paper, A4 paper, etc., would all be in here. So it brings that product to the top. It enhances your products to come to the top of the search. Okay. One thing that we're going to have coming very soon as well, you probably see in here, is alternatives. So you'll be able to link other products to this, so you can actually companions, alternative suppliers, etc. You'll be able to link people who also bought this. You'll be able to add in items that you want to actually additionally sell against your products. Okay. One minute. So if you have lots of images, so these are all your products here, it's really important to have an image on the store. If you've got 1,000 of your own products with no images on, you don't want to be going and importing them individually. We have a bulk image updater available. So when you're logged in, you can literally load your product with your image code, with your image URL next to it, and it will upload against all your products automatically. Okay. And that's the same for documents. So remember I said you could do your cost sheets. Well, in here, I can upload a cost sheet or a data sheet in here, and then I can go in and assign it to any product I want to assign it to. So I know I've got in here, but I could assign it to this product. So this data sheet, instantly it's got that cost sheet against it. So you don't have to do it one at a time. You can just go through and randomly select them. Okay. So just to recap, The first page that you go into on the dashboard, okay, shows you all the products that you have available. Okay, so if I go to a larger dealer, you can see here it's broken it down. Blue means it's fully attributed, yellow means it's partially attributed, red means you've got a lot of work to do on those products. But because you can do 500 products at a time, it's very, very easy for it to happen. Okay, so I can go in to any of these products, any of these donuts, as we call it, and then look at the products that I'm trying to update. I can update it from the dashboard where I can download and look at a spreadsheet, or as I say, I can go in here, update the attribute group, update the type, update the brand. I can go into individual product and I can add as many images as I want to. I can add as many bullet points as I want to. I can add a detailed description if I want to. I can add additional documents if I want to. If I want to really enhance the search filters, I can literally go into the search and add more search keywords. I haven't got to think what keywords are going to associate with them. The system using an AI generator will do that for you. Okay. So there's a lot in here that this will do, and there's a lot more to come. Okay. So from individual to bulk to removal to setting up your variants or your group styling, it's all these facilities are in there. And what I wanted today was just give an overview of what this application can do for you. Clearly, there's a lot to learn, a lot to understand. You can download your whole catalog portfolio from here as well if you wish, and view that online. We will be offering training packages as well, and one-to-one training packages, because some people like to see it one-to-one and have help. We'll also help you update your products and give you guidance how to update them, because obviously we do it all the time. But feel free just to reach out to the customer care team for those training packages. I'd now have a quick look at the questions, if there's any questions that have come through. The one question I've got there is, if this application is designed for everyone's use, okay, so it's designed for a supplier to connect. So ST Tech would have access to this. They're on the call. Every dealer has access to this. If you have your own catalog that's only for you as a dealer, you get access to that supplier information as well. If the supplier information is available to everyone, then you don't get access to it. We get that maintained by the supplier. So when you log in, you'll see the catalogs or the access that you have. Now, some people do have a catalog that they maintain themselves. They can maintain it, and have a drop down, they can switch between the two. But if it was, let's say, the Val catalog, for example, we get that updated by Val, or we update it ourselves. So if there's anything missing, we do that update. So it's controlled for everyone, because as soon as it's updated in here as a supplier, it will go out to all dealers at that moment in time. So we don't allow access to all supplier catalogs where everyone has access to, everyone gets that catalog information. We just allow access to products that you maintain for your own setup, so your own products. And if you've got a bespoke catalog, then we allow access to that, but we don't allow access to all catalogs. But if there are attributes missing and we haven't seen them, then feel free to let us know. We can update them. I had an issue yesterday, for example, where there was a catalog that had the wrong brand. 95 products had the wrong brand on it. So when people were searching, they couldn't see the brand. That was reported in. 5 minutes later, that was correct on all web stores. Okay, so we can update it that quickly, and it instantly updates. So if you see something, then we can update it, but we cannot allow access to all supplier information. Sorry. If you want to add another bespoke catalog, contact us, send me a message and we'll have a chat together. We'll work with your suggested supplier. We'll talk to them how they supply that information to us, and we'll create the catalog for you, and then we'll link it to you as a dealer. Okay. And that's just covered all the questions. So hopefully you found this interesting. As I say, I do know there's a lot to take in. It does flow through. There's lots of ways for you to maintain your products, lots of ways to enhance what that product has got, from the bullet points to the search words to the description to the images. And I hope you have fun using the application, but feel free to reach out if you need to. Okay, thank you very much.